I'm Macy Egland. A couple is dead this morning in an apparent murder-suicide in Suffolk. Officers were called to a home on Oakwood Road in Port Jefferson yesterday morning after Valerie Kopetic didn't show up for work. We're told police found the 63-year-old dead from a gunshot wound. They believe her partner, 68-year-old Paul Trefimovich, shot her and then himself. A car ended up on the tracks overnight in Farmingdale and caught fire. This happened near South Front and Clinton Streets. No word on how it happened or if anyone was hurt. It has not impacted the morning rush. A push in Nassau County to give the spouses of fallen officers a tax break. The bill would create a new exemption for surviving spouses of officers killed in the line of duty. It's already cleared 2 committees and is expected to gain the support of the full legislature later this month. A new role for former New York Archbishop Timothy Dolan. He will serve as an NYPD co-chief chaplain alongside the Reverend A.R. Bernard of Brooklyn. A Kings Park man and his family are thanking the medical team who helped save his life. 22-year-old Christopher Baradas nearly died in a motorcycle crash in September. 5 members of the anesthesiology team at South Shore University Hospital gave him 100 units of blood to help overcome his 5% chance of survival.
They said he could be paralyzed. He may never speak again. And he's walking, talking, cracking jokes.
And Baradas is back to studying applied economics at Farmingdale State College. Residents in the North Shore Central School District will vote today on a nearly $12 million bond. That money, plus more than $2 million in reserve funds, would be used to upgrade athletic facilities, music classrooms, and add air conditioning in the district that serves Nassau's North Shore. All right, let's talk about your Tuesday weather now. Warmer weather finally here, but we do have some rain chances. Mostly cloudy with highs in the low 30s today for your Tuesday. Again, it will be dry during the day, but tonight we do have a chance for some rain and maybe some sleet depending on where you are on the island. Tomorrow, more sun and even warmer. Look at that, close to 40 degrees. Very exciting. Will be a little windy tomorrow, but we'll take it for 40 degrees. Temps stay in the 30s through the rest of the week and the weekend as you take a look at your 7-day forecast. Sunday night into President's Day, Monday morning, we do have the chance for some more rain.
Long Island weather is brought to you by PTRC.
First in Newsday, a crackdown on unlicensed backyard breeding in the town of Hempstead. A public hearing is set for today on this newly proposed law. Penalties start at $250 and can rise to $500 for repeat offenses. Newsday reporter Ted Phillips explains how it works.
The idea behind this is to crack down on so-called backyard breeders. It's kind of they want to add some regulation so that people who are producing animals that for sale that are perhaps not being taken care of, that are not being raised in the good conditions, that they will be, those bad actors will find themselves on the end of a fine. Someone who owns a cat or a dog, they're allowed to have 1 litter per 12-month period, and it would be a violation to have more, for that animal to have more than 1 litter during that 12-month period.
The owner would also have 30 days to report any births to the town's litter registry. You can read more about this proposed law on our website, newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Only in Newsday, for the first time ever, dozens of North Fork High School kids are showing their school spirit with music. Virginia Huey has that story.
High school marching bands are a time-honored tradition, bringing pomp and pageantry to games across Long Island. But at the home of the Tuckers, halftimes on the hardwood have been notably different. Since it opened in 1934, Mattituck-Cutchogue Junior-Senior High School has never had a marching band.
It's a little sad, it's a little drab, I think, having no music or anything to fuel the game.
Band teachers Melanie Malusa and Andrew Colleen decided to change that. They worked with the administration to add a marching band elective.
So much of this is about giving our students just another outlet to doing music. In a marching band setting, there's a ton of opportunities for camaraderie and getting to bond in a different way.
It is 7 through 12, so that we're really making these connections from the younger kids who are now looking up to the older kids.
29 students signed up and began practicing last fall.
A marching band brings out school spirit, and it brings more excitement to games.
I was so excited. It's just been one of my dreams to be part of a marching band.
A dream come true as the Mattituck Marching Band began trumpeting Tucker Pride for the first time this basketball season.
The students say attendance at the games is now at an all-time high, a sure sign the Mattituck Marching Band is striking a chord with the fans.
I think it's great. We're a small community, a small school. This gives us an outsized cheering section.
All these kids put their heart and soul into it, and I love coming to hear them.
It's wonderful. The more music, the better.
And if school spirit has a sound, this is it. For Newsday TV, I'm Virginia Huey.
And you can see more exclusive content like this on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. I'll hop on a train from Manhattan, and in just a few hours, you're in one of the most historic cities in the country. Let's go to Boston with Carissa Kelman.
Boston squeezes 400 years of history into a few square miles, and in just 24 hours, you can walk straight through it and eat ridiculously well. And the best part, you don't need a car. Boston is just a train ride away.
It takes 4.5 hours to get to Boston, but you're comfortable and cozy.
So take a nap or take in the views. You'll be there before you know it.
We're here!
First stop is Automatic, Sticky Buns at Flower Bakery, a Boston staple just steps from Back Bay Station.
I'm already happy to be in Boston.
And when the wind chill hits, you follow the crowd to LA Burdick.
This is probably the busiest spot in Boston right now because everybody wants to warm up with some hot chocolate. And I don't blame them because this is delicious.
Where the hot chocolate is thick, rich, and basically therapy in a cup. After checking your bags at the Godfrey Hotel, it's time for a classic winter activity.
Where else can you skate in a 400-year-old park but Boston Common?
At the Frog Pond, you can lace up skates in one of the oldest public parks in the country, then wander Beacon Hill's cobblestone streets just steps away. Charles Street is all cozy shops and book cafes, and the iconic Acorn Street looks just like a postcard. And a trip to Boston isn't complete without fresh seafood.
Another perk about visiting Boston in the winter is you don't have to wait in line to get into Neptune Oyster. You just walk right in. Can't miss the Italian food in the North End. And you can eat this right out of the pan. Wow.
That is a big cannoli. In a neighborhood full of classics, it's time to settle the great cannoli debate. Mike's versus Bova's, and you're required to pick a side.
Bova's, you win.
End the night with skyline views at a rooftop bar in the Seaport District. But turn in early, because the harbor's calling in the morning.
Nothing like starting the morning throwing some tea into the Boston Harbor. 3, 2, 1,
Then head inside and warm up with some tea.
You get a bottomless cup and you get to try all of the historic teas that were dumped in the harbor.
Just across the water is another taste of Boston's seafood scene.
A seafood shack right in the middle of Boston's harbor front. This place has been here for over 100 years. You can smell the water. Let's go eat.
Clam chowder, lobster bisque, stuffed scallops, and of course, lobster rolls.
This one is stuffed.
It's messy, it's salty, it's exactly what you came for. Before heading home, stop by the historic Boston Public Library and nearby Newbury Street. Perfect for soaking in a little more history and shopping. In just 24 hours, Boston proves it's one of the easiest and tastiest train trips from Long Island. For Newsday TV, I'm Carissa Kelman.
So much fun, and you can find more fun things to do in Boston on our website, Newsday.com. Click Get More below that Newsday TV video box. We continue to highlight the jobs you do. In today's LI Works, Ken Bufa takes us to a father-daughter run mechanic shop.
Grab your gloves, we're fixing cars. It's time to pull through the bay doors and say hello to...
Hi, my name is Mia Carrillo. I'm the general manager. I've been doing this for 20 plus years. I love helping people when they're struggling.
Carrillo says she's been fixing cars with her dad since she was a toddler, and adds if you want to be a mechanic, the best way to get started is to pull yourself into a garage.
A lot of mechanics like myself and my father that owns a business here, we learn on the job. You sort of learn every day. Even though you go to trade school for the entire 4 years, let's say, and you get a certification, you don't know everything until you're still working on cars.
And knowing everything, she says, is pretty much impossible because cars are always changing.
Oh yeah, 100%. So the biggest thing mostly is like there's a thing in the industry called like chasing ghost codes.
Now, despite the rags and the oil stains, Carrillo shares mechanics have to be organized, not only in their shop, but also in their minds.
The hardest part, I would say, is just keeping track of all the parts and like putting everything all together again. Like, it's very hard, like especially for like bigger jobs, to like remember where everything goes.
Now, to make sure Carrillo knows where everything goes, we're gonna play a little game called Ask a Mechanic What That Is. I'm gonna point to something and she has to tell me what it is. So, first up, what is that?
That is the brake fluid.
What is this?
That is the oil dipstick.
What is this?
That's where the oil goes into the engine.
I'm gonna go on this side. What is this?
That is gonna be your coolant.
Okay, and this is an easy one.
That's the battery.
And lastly, what is one thing that I should never touch after driving?
This didn't have a cover. I would never touch the engine after you drive.
Another skill is being able to solve riddles. Not so much on what's going on under the hood, but the riddles customers share when they arrive.
I would say 99%, because a customer will come in saying, oh, my car's rattling. Obviously, they're not the mechanic. They don't know what it is. You have to take it for a test drive. You got to put it on the lift, check different things. Like, or rattling could be anywhere from your engine is 2 seconds from blowing up to, oh, you just need brakes. Something's stuck in your wheel.
Now, if you're willing to learn, research, decipher, and maintain, being a mechanic, she says, is quite rewarding.
You want to be upbeat, you want to be friendly, because at the end of the day, you're treating what's basically their baby. You're getting them from A to B to work, or maybe it's just like bouncing around from friends and family. Like, it's a very important part of their life.
Ken Buffa, Newsday TV.
So true. Some people, I won't name names, but name their vehicles. Yeah. See more LI Work segments on Newsday.com. Click Get More below that Newsday TV video box. See more on these stories on Newsday.com and watch us streaming anytime on Local Now, YouTube, and the other streaming services you see there. I'm Macy Eglund. We've got more local news coming up.
One girl's harrowing story reveals some of Long Island's darkest secrets. A complex story of drug abuse and sex trafficking that led to 23 arrests. Unprotected, now available at Newsday.com/unprotected.